Hi, my name is Aaron Witten, and I'm doing my video reflection paper for Professor Byers' Ed 516 class. And I've chosen to do my reflection on the disorder of dyslexia. I chose dyslexia because it directly relates with language arts skills, reading, writing, and speaking, and spelling and all those types of things. And I'm doing my single subject credential in English, so it only made sense for me to choose something that is language arts related, and something a disorder that really impacts my subject matter and my area. And a couple things that I want to highlight here about dyslexia is, first I want to set that up by talking about how important it is for us as teachers to have all of the knowledge that we need to educate students with disabilities, because it's our job to best educate every student that we have in our classroom. So this requires us to have the knowledge of the disorder, and also to have a very high level of knowledge about how to address the disorder in our lesson planning, and our curriculum, and our instruction, and in our strategies. So dyslexia is a cognitive disorder that manifests itself in the student being deficient in decoding and encoding words. Decoding words is the ability to read single words, while encoding is spelling words in your writing. So one affects reading, the other one is more writing related. Dyslexia, it seems to be a disorder that directly affects reading, writing, and comprehension skills, and development of literacy and language-related skills. So students that have dyslexia are generally going to be way under their grade level in anything language arts related, such as like they might be really far behind in their comprehension. They might not be understanding the text that you're going through in class, or when you look at their writing, things might be spelled incorrectly, like all over the place, and students might have problems with sentence structure and syntax, or they could just be way slower at reading the article that you might hand out in class. It might take them 3 or 4 times longer to read the article than the other students. Another important thing about dyslexia is that it can be difficult to spot, but there were some things in my research that I found that kind of point towards dyslexia. And one of them is kind of trying to measure their English language arts skills with the skills of, with how they're doing in their other classes. So if you've got a student that is grade level in all of their other classes in math and science, and doing really well in those areas, and then when they come to your class, they seem to be reading 3 or 4 grades under their grade level, or their writing is all over the place, or they're struggling mightily with reading, writing, and listening, and language arts type skills. So you can match up the other classes and how they do with other types of skills, and then with your language arts skills. And if there's a big drop off there and a big discrepancy, it could be because of dyslexia. So it's important for me especially to kind of grasp what dyslexia is, what it looks like, and how to address it by differentiating my instruction. Was the other main thing that I wanted to talk about in this reflection, is how I would have to learn how to best address dyslexia for my students that have it. So how to just add certain things to my lessons and make certain modifications to my lesson plan. So if I'm reading an article, maybe I have to take a little bit of extra time to set up the article with the student that may have dyslexia, or give them some extra time to work on it, or directly intervene and direct instruction. If I've set up time for group work on whatever it is in the lesson plan, I could go and I could individually work with them, kind of just making sure that they're on the right track. And that's the few things that I have to say about dyslexia, and how I would like to be a better teacher when coming across it later on in my professional life. Thank you.